Welcome to Bourbon and Fire. I'm your host, Keith Gibson, and we've got a really cool episode this week where we focus on the simple flavors. And since we're in football season, figured we'd throw some wings at you. But we're gonna start with Provoleta with Alfregone's chimichurri. We're gonna mix that up. I'm really excited to try that. I've been watching him. We are also gonna be doing a simple cornbread in the Dutch oven. That's gonna be a lot of fun and a nice side to go along with our chicken wings and drumsticks, which we're gonna do a little bit of a honey glaze with Alfregone's all-purpose asado rub, and then we'll probably go on top with a little barbecue sauce. I wanna see where they're getting. It's gonna be fun. Let's get our fire started. All right, so time to make the cornbread. We're gonna put all the ingredients together a little ahead of when we actually want it to go onto the heat so that everything truly hydrates and the flavors can meld. For the birds, quite literally. And we've got about a half a cup of butter. I'm so tempted to splash some whiskey into this just to see. I've never done that before though, so I don't know. A couple 3 tablespoons on the bottom as well. And that's a good thing because that's gonna help to brown the cornbread, but also just make sure that it comes out in one piece. I mean, let's face it, if it doesn't, it's still gonna be delicious. We'll eat it, but ideally, she's just gonna come right on out. Get some heat on this bad boy. I think we'll let it down so the preheat doesn't take forever. Then we'll get some coals on top. That's about level. Refresh a little bit. It's really quite windy today, and I just want to make sure that heat's penetrating down in. And I want to fuss with the fire. The fire's cool. You ever notice how if you have a guy walk into a camp, it's like everything in his being not to go mess with that fire. And then the guy sitting there that made it is like, don't you touch my fire. And this is all happening silently unless it's like a father and son. It's one of my favorite dynamics in camp. Absolutely clean. All right, we're gonna see if we can get this beautiful thing out in one piece. I don't know if I can get this. Oh man, I'm ruining it. I'm ruining it. All right, guys, so I got it out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be absolutely delicious, but I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I ruined it a little getting it out. But you wanna talk about perfectly cooked, nice, steamy. That's really nice, moist cornbread. I like that a lot. I think I would've had a little more luck if I had lard in the bottom getting it out whole, but I've got no problems with this. All right, so we didn't slam dunk the cornbread on the bottom. Oh well, but we do have a solution for that. This I picked up today. This is Elijah Craig's small batch. I had it a long time ago. It smells really good. Yeah, I dig that. Okay, everything's fine. We're better now. So let's get to rubbing up our chicken wings here. So a little windy. We're gonna add a little cornstarch this time. Not a ton. I see a lot of people like dredge. I don't think I'm that committed to that. We're just gonna put a healthy dose on and then mix it in like it's part of the rub. And let's get that rub all up in there. A lot of people say too, you know, if you're gonna dredge with the cornstarch aggressively, that you're not gonna get any of the rub seasoning to stick. And that's fine, because you can put stuff on later, but I really wanted to try this, the asado all-purpose, and see how it did. So we're just gonna go ahead and move these guys around, make sure they're getting coated. Doesn't have to be too scientific. And we're gonna let them hang out for a while after we do this too, because it's not really going to form a pellicle or like a dry spot on top, but it is going to give us a little bit of that dryness that we're looking for. It's going to help with the crisper skin. I think the advantage of going a little lighter on the cornstarch is that we are getting this rub to stick nicely. You can see that they're really well coated all throughout. Chicken's all rubbed up. Just gonna go ahead and oil the grate. Easily, a lot of time there. Let's lift the door and direct that heat up a little bit. There we go, now I'm feeling the heat. When it's windy, if you don't have a door, you're kind of up shits, you know what. I think I said that backwards. You're up you know what's creek. Let's go with that. Let them start to get some of that smoke. Just the lightest little sizzle. I like that. We got our drummies. We're gonna go low and slow with these guys for a little while. Get some fresh wood on there because we want smoke. We don't want just heat, especially right now. So we'll continue to watch these smoke and perfume lightly. Probably give them about an hour. We'll check back. So I don't know if you can hear that sizzling, but it's really minute. And we're looking at a place where we can just hold our hand here without being in danger, really. Even on the downwind side. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine with that. And while we wait, we hydrate. Don't forget, hydration is key to good health. I probably just got flagged on YouTube. All right, guys, while the chicken's cooking, we're gonna get the chimichurri sauce started. It's Alfregone's mix. We are gonna put a healthy amount in there. Yeah, a little more. This is to go on top of the Provoleta. So we're gonna take this provolone cheese and melt it, but it's gonna be an appetizer. We're not quite ready for it. We just want to get this actually starting to soak up the oil and the red wine vinegar. We'll probably end up needing a little bit more of that oil. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little more oil in. So I want it to kind of blend with the cheese in every bite. Stir that up. And then that's gonna hydrate while that chicken's cooking the whole time. The flavors are gonna come together. It's gonna be awesome. All right, we're probably about 20 minutes into this. Take a look and see. They're getting some nice smoke on them. We're gonna kick these guys to this side, these guys to this side, and vice versa. So now we're just misting with high heat avocado oil. Let them rock and roll for a little while longer. All right, so now we've got some oil on them. I'm gonna roll them over. And they're already getting some really nice color. And just so you guys know, like when you see chefs handling stuff that's really hot, and you're like, man, their hands must be crazy. There's an insulated glove underneath. So just get those cheap white cotton gloves, and then you can put the nitrile over top, and it lets you handle food like you're a boss. It's pretty nice. Are you sad that I messed up the bottom of the cornbread?
No.
It didn't burn on, and it's delicious. I just couldn't get it out. But now we get chef snacks. All right, so we're gonna check heat. That's about a 10-second. And about an 8-second over here because of that flame. So we're just gonna move these guys around a little. Never give up control to the fire. If you don't like how it is, move your food or move the fire. That one just popped, you see that? I think that's telling me to go ahead and even kick it up a little higher. Awesome. Easing into it. We can see that juice in there. Look at that. Bub, 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 bub. Like a heartbeat. All right, guys, so I just saw that the back peeled away on this guy right here. Just want to see. I'm going to guess it's in like the 160 arena, but I'm not sure. 155. So we're doing good. And let's see about this wing right here. He looks a lot colder, feels a lot colder. Yep, and he is. So I'm gonna take this guy that's done and anything that's looking like it's done, I'm gonna move it off to the side so I don't have to worry about them anymore, but still keep them on the grill and warm, because once I get all of them to that 155, 160 zone, then I'm gonna put some honey on them. They're gonna continue to cook. We're looking for 165 all in, but you can start doing stuff ahead of that. I'm gonna take it down just a little bit more. We're in the home stretch with these. So I'm looking for more like a 7-second heat. That's about it right there. We're just gonna keep flipping them and watching them. I'm looking to polish these guys off and then hit them with some honey. You can see the juices running out of most of them. We're on our way. Woo! All right, I've got these guys right where I want them for the honey stage. Bring this dude in here. We're not gonna go insane. Just a little bit on each one, and then I'll smear it around with my hand a touch. I'll have to do it to the other side too, but yeah. I think I gotta lift them up so they get away from the heat while I rub that honey in. Yeah, I mean, that melted right on. We don't even need to rub. So I'm just gonna flip honey the other side, and that also means it's time to throw the Provoleta on, get that cheese melting. And I better start notifying family to get their butts down here. Good times. All right, guys, so remember that provolone that we had aged for 3 days in the fridge? It's developed this really nice crust. I could probably set it right on the grill grate if I wanted to serve it that way, but the way I want to serve it is with the chimichurri on top in this cast iron. So I'm just gonna pop it right there, and we'll start the melting process. I just have to remember not to touch that handle again. Throw some heat at that honey. All right, guys, so these are done. I totally pulled an audible because the honey and that rub looked like they were doing so nice together, I couldn't bring myself to barbecue sauce it. So we're gonna pull these off, let them rest for about 10 minutes, maybe even 20. And by the time they're ready to eat, that Provoleta will be ready. Ah, it's hot. Woo! This way I look professional, you know? All right, guys, rather than make the whole family wait and possibly over-rest it in the cold, check that out. Let's take a bite really quick, but I want you to see how they came out. They look absolutely perfect. Can you hear that? That is a really crisp skin. I'm glad I stopped and didn't barbecue sauce these. That honey is fantastic with this dry rub. Nice clean bite. That's a wing. I don't even know if I'm going to use blue cheese on these. Oh yeah. All right, so we still have the Provoleta going. I'm gonna bring this whole tray of wings and drummies in. Oh man, that rub is good. That way they're not sitting out here in the cold. We'll get back to you with the Provoleta. All right, guys, this is looking perfect. We're just about to flip. So you got a little browning on the outside. When you flip it, it doesn't really matter if it's a total mess or not, because all that mess and that goo and that brown is super good. We're gonna flip it, let it get some color on the far side, and then we're gonna dress the top with that chimichurri sauce we mixed up before. And then we're eating that, and then we're having wings. Oh, good time. Wait, what'd you say, you're hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry.
All right, well, we've got some beautiful Provoleta with some chimichurri on top, some French baguettes sliced up. How many clocks do you have in this house?
13.
13? All right, well,
Including or not.
we got these honey wings and drummies and the cornbread that was excellent in taste, lackluster in presentation. But go ahead, Mom, Queen Bee, you can go ahead and nail the Provoleta. Let's see if it's any good. Probably need a fork.
Yeah, I think so.
I crusted it up on the bottom really good.
Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that looks perfect.
Yeah. Boy, I love all the spices. Put a little extra on top.
So that's the chimichurri, a bunch of blends of herbs and spices with olive oil, red wine vinegar. Yes? But so you approve. All right, well, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, guys. This is my family, by the way. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you learned something. But Again, it's just cheese and an herb spice with a little bread. And then some herbs and chicken. And yeah, it was more complicated than I wanted it to be. Oh well. But that will make you a hero on game day every day.